Oh, hey there, and welcome back to the Nostalgic Gamers Club exclusively on the internet. What's up? I'm Zach. Hi. Hey, how are you? I'm good. How are you? I already asked how you were doing. This is the show where we look at old stuff. We look at old video games and toys and maybe one day movies and music. But today, we are looking at Sonic Adventure 2 for the Dreamcast. What a game. What a game. That's what I have to start this with. Sonic Adventure 2 for the Dreamcast was a game that I played with my cousin a lot. If you watched the Dreamcast episode, which is right here, but don't click that right now. You watch that later. But if you watch that episode, you know that my cousin and I played a lot of Dreamcast because he had a Dreamcast, and he also had Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, and we played Sonic Adventure 2 so much. I mean, like an irresponsible amount of gameplay of this game. Especially for the time, this came out in 2001, the graphics were just insane. They looked so good. And fun fact, I found out that this was the last Sonic game, according to Wikipedia anyway, that was produced with first-party support because after this, the Dreamcast kind of went belly up, and Sonic Team didn't really have a lot to go off of at that point, sadly. But Sonic Team, we love you. Even with all the buggy games that came after this, we still love you. This game was eventually ported to the GameCube, which became the first time that Sonic was ever on a Nintendo console, so that was pretty big. This game had the Chow Garden, where you could kind of tend to these little critters called chows. If you haven't done that, it is so nice. It's so peaceful. And you feed them little, well, it sounds kind of gruesome. You feed them little animals and like little glowing gems, and then they grow and they change and they look cool. And I vaguely remember my cousin taking his chows on the go with the VMU, which is kind of just a little memory card that has a little screen and you can kind of play with it on the Dreamcast. But without further ado, let's get looking at this case. Today we're going to be looking at the front cover, the back cover, the disc itself, and the instruction guide, as well as a little bit of gameplay at the end. So stick around for that. You won't want to miss it. So right on the front here, we have maybe the most Y2K design I've ever seen. We got Sonic and Shadow. They're in these badass action poses. It says Sonic Adventure 2 for the Dreamcast, Sega, Sonic Team rated E for everyone. In the background here, it's kind of cool because you would have the light and the dark. I forget what they call it exactly. It's like the hero story and the dark story. But on the hero side here, we have nice sunny clouds. And on the dark side, we got it's just Earth. It's just Earth with a gradient. But I love it. It's amazing. I love this design. Flipping over to the back cover, there is a lot to unpack here. On the back side here, we have Dr. Robotnik, a.k.a. Eggman. We have Rouge the Bat. We have Knuckles. We have Tails. We got Sonic grinding with his soaps. We have some screenshots kind of showing the hero side and the dark side, as well as both Sonic and Shadow doing a little bit of grinding there on the Golden Gate Bridge. I think it's supposed to be like the Golden Gate Bridge. This game was for 1 to 2 players. VGA box, standard controller, modem. You love that. And VMU compatible, 18 blocks. On the back here it says, save the world or conquer it. Mistaken for a dark villainous hedgehog and kidnapped by a military squad, Sonic must escape his captors and discover who is responsible for his troubles. With 6 playable characters and all new moves and more than 30 stages, Sonic Adventure 2 breaks new ground, allowing players to save the world or conquer it. Play as Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails, or try the new villains, Shadow, Rouge, or ravage the world as Dr. Robotnik. Compete in 3 different modes of 2-player action or in the new kart racing, which was super fun. The kart racing in this game is honestly a freaking blast and a half. New moves, grind down rails, grab ledges, and swing from poles. Collect and use Smarter Chow to open unique features and minigames. I loved the minigames in this. You could teach your Chow karate and have them fight other Chow. It was great. It was fantastic. No notes. More games need Chow. I got very lucky with this purchase because this is in very good condition, and I'm so excited because I got it for actually a pretty good price as well. So I'm going to try not to ruin it by taking this out of here. There we go. Hold on. Before that, we got to look at the disc itself because we just gotta. I flippin' love the design of this disc. We have Sonic being like full reflectivity with black outlines, and then Shadow being all darkened, and then it kind of has like reflective outlines. I just love that. They did a lot with a little. There's really only one color on this, and it's blue. Everything else is either that reflective disc coating or black. It's just amazing. And behind that here, we do see Sonic, Knuckles, Shadow, Robotnik, Rouge, Tails, and a Chow. And it says Sonic the Hedgehog 10th anniversary. All right, we're going to put this disc back, and we're going to get to the instruction booklet now. So the front is obviously just the cover that we looked at earlier. We have our credits in here, a little bit of a prologue. So it's telling you a little bit about the Sonic side, the Shadow side. I'm going to pause that there in case you guys want to read through any of that. Your basic controls, the action button. It says here that Sonic Adventure 2 is compatible for use with the Jump Pack, sold separately. Insert the Jump Pack into expansion socket 2 of the Dreamcast controller. I don't know what the Jump Pack was, if I'm being honest. I look at this for the first time with you guys, and I've never heard of the Jump Pack, so I'm gonna look this up right now. Hold on. As it turns out, it's just the Rumble Pack, so that's fine. We go through our characters here. So we have Sonic, Shadow, Tails, and Dr. Eggman, and they're doing these, it looks like, in tandem. So Sonic controls very similarly to Shadow. Tails controls very similarly to Dr. Eggman. Knuckles and Rouge are both kind of the hunt and peck gaming styles. So you just fly around until you found one of the Chaos Emeralds, and it would just kind of like beep in the upper corner and tell you when you're close. These missions kind of sucked. I had a great time with them still, but they could take forever. And if you're trying to get an S rank on a level, you might just get screwed based on where they're located. Others who are important to the story, we have Amy Rose, Maria Robotnik, Dr. Robotnik's daughter, Professor Gerald Robotnik, the brilliant scientist, and Dr. Eggman's grandfather. It talks a little bit here about just getting the game started, the different game modes. So you have story, which is single player, and it goes a little bit here over the flow of the game. And I thought this was interesting because you have your introduction, you have the actual action stage of the game. I'll hold this up a little bit closer for you guys. And then if you find the Chow key, it'll transport you to the Chow world. And then you can just go right to the next stage. You could eventually access the Chow world just from like an overview map. But if you went and collected a bunch of the animals or the little gem thingies that you feed to the Chow, which I'm sure it'll tell us here in just a second. Not emeralds. Small animals and chaos drives collected. So those are called chaos drives, I guess. But if you collected those in a level and you got the Chow key, you could just bring that back and feed them to your Chow, and it would sort of unload on the stage. It was really cool. How to play on each stage. To talk about hunting stages, cart stages, there were a couple of kind of racing-like stages. They weren't very difficult. There wasn't really it wasn't a hard stage. You just kind of had to you just kind of had to go. You kind of had to press accelerate. Talks about rings, point markers, battling the bosses, the pause screen, because we got to know about that pause screen. Chow containers, technique points, Omo Chow, who's this little robot guy here. He kind of acts as your guide, it says. Small animals and chaos drives. Over here we have your items. I'm just going to let you guys take a look at those. The items in this game were super fun. Honestly, like the kind of power-up items, like the light shoes, the booster, the shovel claw, they were very satisfying to find and use, and I thought that was just a nice addition. There weren't too many of them. This is what I was talking about earlier. You can play the stages you've already completed in story mode, but you must have at least one stage cleared. So you can go out to this stage select. You can go right to the Chow Garden if you want, raise your chows, do the mini games, all that sort of stuff. Or what my cousin and I did a lot was go back into the main levels and try to get an S rank on every single one. I don't know if we ever did, honestly. So there are 2-player modes here where you can do racing, shooting, hunting, random, or stage select to compete in. There was a kart racing mode, which I know I talked about a little bit. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed the kart racing mode. There's kind of a boss rush mode that you can do where you can just go back and play the bosses from the story, which that's something that we did a lot as well, because the bosses in this game were kind of fun. I know that that's maybe a controversial take because some people think the bosses in this game were either too easy or just kind of glitched. And it's not untrue, but they were still fun. Chow races, which it looks like you could use the VMU for. And then all of the little extras that you could sort of do as well. And I mean, you guys have seen it as I've been going through. There's just great character art on all of these pages. It's just super fun to look through this. About the Chow. In this game, there exists a mysterious artificial life form, a life, called Chow. Chow live in an environment called Chow World. They create a very unique ecosystem, learning and breeding according to the player's actions. And so you could hatch eggs, you could give them food, you could, participate in all these mini games. It was just a blast, and they were adorable and super fun. You could make them good or evil depending on who you raised them with. So like if you spent a lot of time with Shadow with a Chow, they're going to turn evil. If you spent a lot of time with Sonic, they're going to turn good. They could grow little horns and halos. It was super fun. Chow kindergarten, so you could teach them different things, have them level up their skills a little bit. And you could transport them to your VMU. Chow Adventure 2. If you transport your Chow to the VMU and remove it from the Dreamcast console, you can play a mini game, Chow Adventure 2. That's super cool. I just freaking love that. You can do little battles with them. I mean, like that's just so cool. I wish that more games would do that these days. You could browse the internet on your Dreamcast, of course, because, you know, why wouldn't you? We have our credits there, and then on the back side, we have a little ad for Phantasy Star Online version 2. It says the next level, and we just see some screenshots down there from Phantasy Star Online. I never really played that. I think that's one that my cousin played that I just never really got into, but it's still cool. It's still a cool little relic of the past. And with that, let's check out a little bit of gameplay from Sonic Adventure 2. Let's go. I completely forgot about this intro, and I just got hit with a very, very genuine wave of nostalgia. Oh, hell yeah. Now, I will say the recording quality is probably a little bit less than it could be. Oh, there's the music. Oh, yeah. The recording quality is probably a little less than it could be because I'm going through composite audio instead of or composite video instead of component. So, and I think there are adapters to make the Dreamcast component. But you know, we're just here to check out Sonic Adventure 2 and have a good time. So let's hit start and see what happens. This is just such a huge trip down memory lane because before I played this on GameCube, my cousin and I would always play this on Dreamcast because he had a Dreamcast, which I'm recording this gameplay before I record the other portion. So if I already said that, you know, forgive me. But I mean, look at it. We got Comic Sans here. We got the visual memory unit flashing up there in the upper left. New file. Select. Let's do it. Yeah, single player. Hero mode, obviously. We got to hear Escape from the City. I really hope that it doesn't copyright flag me for Escape from the City. I'm sure it will. But, you know, that's okay, because it's an integral part of this game that I cannot skip.
Alpha 2 heading due south over the city. We're on
Isn't that Gen Z slang? Sigma Alpha 2.
We have you on radar. Report cargo status of captured Hedgehog aboard. Over.
Isn't that slap bass?
Secured on board and what?
Didn't copy that. Over.
In a time when everything was just ska. I freaking love it.
Freeze! What do you think you're doing? Get that hedgehog!
Get that hedgehog! So I found out that part of the reason, well, the reason that they talk over each other a lot in this game is because coming from the Japanese translation, the Japanese translation was so much faster. Like the sentences were shorter. So it basically left less time on screen for the American dialogue to be dubbed over. So you get these overlapping lines because of how they were triggered and how much longer the American voice acting lines were. This is so cool. This is seriously, I'm so happy right now. I'm just recording this. It's a Sunday. It's a beautiful day outside. And you know what? I don't even feel bad about being inside playing Sonic Adventure 2. Okay, so what was the button for tricks there? I feel like it was just A, but it didn't hit a trick, so maybe I just did it wrong. Brake. Who uses brake? Oh, what a bummer. Don't hit the corner like that. Trusting in what you can't see. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Soap. Okay, so I think that... I might be wrong here. I genuinely may be wrong here, but I think that the soap branding was taken out of the GameCube version. I think they lost like the brand deal because Sonic was wearing like actual soap branded shoes and the branding is freaking everywhere. I'm curious what other little differences there are. I'm sure that there are much more talented YouTubers than myself who have logged said differences. Oh, I missed a ramp. But worth looking up, you know, if somebody has that, because that's really interesting to me. Yeah, get out of there. You know, I gotta say, I've played like I said, I played the GameCube version of this a ton. The controls on the Dreamcast version feel really nice. Like, they feel somehow better. Get him! Oh, I missed him. They somehow feel better than the GameCube version. Oh, man, I missed the Chow box. That's okay. I will be telling you right now, I'm just full transparency. This is one of those games that I'll probably do a full playthrough of. So we will be seeing plenty from the Chow Garden as time goes on. Okay, let's get these times. Yeah! Come on now. Get up there. Oh my gosh. What a flippin' game. And like, here's the thing, right? Like oh, scared me. I absolutely know and understand that, oh, no, that this is a buggy game, right? There's a lot of bugs, there's a lot of glitches, there's a lot of general jank, like not being able to land directly on the rails. That might be a skill issue. Oh no! Okay, that was a skill issue, 100%. But there are a lot of janky things in this game. But to me, personally, that doesn't take away from the experience of it, because for me, this game was so much more about just exploring all these really cool levels. And I don't know, just frankly, I mean, this isn't like built into the game, but for me, it's so one-to-one with like hanging out with my buddies on like, around Christmas time and just like playing this game and hanging out with my cousin and playing this game. And he was really good at it. So like I remember before speedrunning was really a thing. I shouldn't say that, it was probably a thing, but we would just go through and try to complete levels as quick as we could. We would try to get the S rank on every level. And by we, I of course mean he, because I sucked at video games at this time. Okay. Redeemed. Sweet. And then here we go. The freaking big truck, the gun truck. Yeah, nothing screams America more than a gun truck. All right. Let's focus. Let's get to the end ring here. What an opening level of a game, though. Like, rarely does an opening level go this absolutely hard. I mean, there was no tutorial. You literally are Sonic the Hedgehog. You drop in on a freaking land snowboard. And, well, I guess all snowboards are land snowboard. A concrete snowboard. And you race through this town and you're grinding on rails. I feel stupid. You don't race through a town, okay? You race through a city. You're grinding on rails, you're destroying robots, and at the end you're chased by a giant truck that says gun on it. Like this is peak gaming right here. Yeah, let's see that. Go. There we go. That's perfect. I didn't even pay attention to my rank. I got so distracted talking about the absurdity of this game. I just want to say, of all the Sonic games, and I've played a pretty large majority of them. Oh, well, we got to do the boss fight. Out of all of them, I still think that Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, kind of in the same breath, are my favorites. Chow in Space 2. I love that billboard. All right, let's complete this boss battle, and then we'll, maybe after that we'll jet back to the box art. But like, I can't not do the boss battle. This is the first boss battle in the game. But my comment stands, the absurdity, the absolute freaking, get out of here. Absurdity of like grinding through this city, getting chased by a truck, and now I'm fighting like a hovering military robot. Like, what a time to be alive. And this game was surprisingly easy. I mean, there are a couple of boss battles that get difficult, but that's, I think, more so due to the glitchiness and like kind of the jankiness of the controls. Like, I remember the final boss fight in this game feeling a little bit janky. Come on, friend. Can I attack him in the air? Oh my gosh, I can. Yeah, you do need backup because I'm about to destroy you, dude. Yeah. That's right, 1 for 1. Let's go. Let's watch one more cutscene because this I can't stop. We need to get back to the video, but I can't stop. This is too good. Oh yeah, that's early 3D right there. Oh shit, it's Shadow.
It all starts with this. A jewel containing the ultimate power.
Where did you come from?
That's the Chaos Emerald.
It's so cheesy.
Now I know what's going on.
Yeah, you got it, Sonic.
Mistaken me for the likes of you.
Yeah, give us that exposition.
Where do you think you're going with that emerald? Say something, you fake hedgehog.
Well, he is a hedgehog.
Control.
Oh, shoot, he's chaos controlling. You guys, I love this game so much. I unironically love this game so flippin' much. It's unreal. Whoa. Yeah, if this was like a modern, like, you know, Michael Bay type thing, we'd have that awesome bass drop sound.
Hey, it's not his speed. He must be using the Chaos Emerald to warp. Shadow.
There's them talking over each other again.
Farewell.
Not again. I'm going back to jail. I can't go back to jail. Oh, shoot. Oh, this game is just incredible. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing. And if you don't, well, you know, I'm glad you watched the video anyway. But, you know, that's a long time to watch a video for something you really don't like. I get it, though. Retro gaming is not for everybody. It's not for the faint of heart. These games cost a lot of money. But anyway, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Peace.